Are vans driving around your city right now that can literally see through your walls and no one told you. They're called backscatter vans, and yes, they're real. These unmarked police vehicles are equipped with mobile X-ray scanners that can see through buildings, car doors, and even into your home from the street. You won't hear them, you won't know they're there, and they don't need a warrant. This isn't science fiction. The technology was originally designed for the military to detect explosives overseas. Now it's being used here on civilians with almost zero oversight. The vans fire bursts of ionizing radiation, the same kind used in TSA body scanners. But this radiation is mobile, more focused, and aimed straight through solid objects. No law requires police to inform the public. No study confirms it's safe, and there's no limit on who or what they scan. Privacy groups have warned for years this is warrantless surveillance on wheels. Your car, your home, your body, all exposed to invisible scans without your consent. And if it's already here, what's coming next?
Now, you might be wondering, okay, they can see inside my car, but can they see inside my house? Well, yes. In theory, backscatter is designed for vehicles and containers, but the reality is, if they park close enough to a window, some of that scatter can reveal shapes inside. They might not see a perfect movie-level image like in Hollywood, but they can definitely see outlines, heat signatures, and detect objects. In other words, if they want to get a sense of what's happening inside, they can. So you might ask, aren't there laws against this? Don't they need a warrant? Well, in theory, yes. The Fourth Amendment is supposed to protect us from unreasonable searches, but what they do is they call these public safety inspections or passive scans, and because they're not physically entering your property, they claim they don't need a warrant. That's how they get around it, through loopholes.
The local police agencies here in the U.S. are turning into small military forces, from armed tank-like vehicles to military-grade pepper spray, all being used on civilians. Tonight, we have yet another example. It's called the American Science and Engineering's Z backscatter vans. They should have just called it an X-ray van that spies on you. Listen to this.
Another interested party in this are bomb squads and state police, as well as explosive ordnance disposal teams, because you can use the system remotely and you can scan vehicles in it.
Now, sure, I understand the need to check for explosives, but do you really trust law enforcement enough to use the device only in an emergency? I can totally see this mobile X-ray machine being driven around, scanning passing cars and trucks for just about anything. And what does this say about our civil liberties?
So you might be wondering, how do I even know if there's a backscatter van in my area? Well, they're designed to be sneaky. Most of them look like delivery vans. They're usually white with no logos. They might have tinted windows, big boxy antennas on top, or weird little panels on the sides. You might see them parked near protest or large public events, or even in quiet suburban neighborhoods. If you see the same van circling around, parking for long periods of time, or if it looks a little too plain and out of place, that could be a clue. So why aren't more people talking about this? Well, the main reason, most people just don't know. The media doesn't talk about it, and if they do, they brush it off as necessary security. Meanwhile, your privacy is being stripped away day by day. Most people would call you crazy for even mentioning this stuff. They'll say, oh man, you're just paranoid. But guess what? The technology exists, the vans exist, and there are patents, company contracts, and government purchase orders to prove it.
From the outside, you might mistake this van for a bread truck, but inside you'll find a high-tech X-ray machine called the backscatter.
So where is this happening, you ask? Well, it started in big cities first, places like New York, LA, San Francisco, and DC, but now it's in every town and border city. You don't need a big budget when these vans get cheaper and private groups can get their hands on them. Now, some of you might be thinking, what do I do? Just give up my privacy forever? No, you gotta stay aware. That's step one. Start paying attention to vehicles in your neighborhood, and if you can, start documenting suspicious activity. Take pictures, write down license plates, and most importantly, talk about it. The more people who know, the harder it is for them to keep this in the shadows. I don't make these videos to scare anyone. I make them to inform you about the type of technology that's being used on us today. My goal is to help you understand what's really going on so you can stay aware, protect yourself, and make better decisions. Knowledge is power, and once you know the truth, they can't control you as easily. Don't let these people make you feel like a prisoner in your own life. Stand strong, stay confident, and stay connected with people who see what's really going on. Remember, they want you isolated, they want you scared. But the second you start talking to your neighbors, your friends, and your family, the fear starts to fade. We gotta stay strong, we gotta stay informed, and we gotta watch each other's backs.